Hey, what's up? This is Doc Coyle from Bad Wolves, and you're listening to Concert Crap.
Hey guys, it's Karen with Concert Crap, and I'm here with Doc Coyle of Bad Wolves. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're here today in Portland, Maine at the Aura. I think it's, I've never been here before.
The Aura,
Have you been
yes.
here before?
I've been to Portland, Maine many times. I've never been to the Aura, but it's it's a really nice venue, actually. Probably too nice for us. Like, I feel outclassed.
Ooh. Have you done sound check yet? So you know what?
We sound checked. It sounded great. I think we're going to look pretty good. I'm going to do like 4 or 5 sit-ups before I play. I think we're going to tie my whole physique together.
Really make put the finishing touches on everything.
I think so.
Nice. All right, so with the What's in Your Head tour, you're out here with From Ashes to New.
Mm-hmm.
So how did that combination start? I mean, you both put out new albums this year and stuff, but
we're all 3 bands are on the same record label. So really, it was like the brainchild of our label owner.
So Bad Wolves, From Ashes to New, and Diamante.
Yes.
Yep.
And it was the brainchild of our label owner, Alan Kovac. I was actually there in the meeting when he came up with this idea. And at the time, we didn't have all the bands worked out. But it was his idea. Like, we were actually very nervous about headlining. Even though it's a co-headline tour, we're closing. So it's like if everyone leaves, we're the last man standing. So we were kind of nervous about headlining because we're a brand new band. But they felt confident, between how well the single was doing and the support from radio that, the tour could be successful. And so far, it's going really, really well.
So when you say single, do you mean Zombie?
Yes. I mean, that's really, really the launching point for a lot of the bigger stuff that's happened to the band. A lot of the kind of mainstream attention is really surrounded around that song.
So was Zombie always supposed to be on Disobey, the album?
Yes, it was. It was part of the original group of songs, and essentially, our label owner, I mentioned Alan.
Yep.
He used to manage the Cranberries, and the guy who runs the UK part of the label, he's personal friends with Delores and the family, so it was just kind of a coincidence that we were going to do the song. So Tommy, our singer, asked Dan in UK if he could show it to her, and then after he showed it to her, she was the one that said, "Hey, I'd love to sing on it," and that she loved it. So that kind of personal relationship is how everything kind of started. And
then it kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, and then unfortunately, she passed away right when she was supposed to do it, and we kind of became part of the story of her passing. And then there was a question about maybe we won't put this on the record, won't put it out. And then they came up with the idea to give the money to the family, and make the song a tribute. And I think that was really the best move, for everyone. So, and I mean, it's the least we could do. A lot of people are like, oh, you're losing so much money. It's like, well, not for nothing. I mean, I don't think it would feel right otherwise.
Yeah. So, continuing to speak about the album and stuff, it came out pretty recently. And there are a bunch of tracks on it. And what I found really interesting was it starts really, really heavy, like with Officer Down, and then you get kind of into the Hear Me Now, and there's a lot of different stuff on the album. So what would you say is your favorite song, either off the album or just to play live? Is it the same?
Probably No Masters, because I think it's kind of right in the middle between the really heavy stuff and the more melodic stuff. It's like heavy but catchy and melodic, and it kind of captures everything I think the band does. That's my favorite right now.
Your favorite?
Yeah.
So what have you noticed, because you've been performing at festivals and you've done a little bit of tour so far, what have the fans really been liking?
Obviously Zombie is huge because, every time we play it, it's like the entire crowd is singing.
Does it have 80 million views on YouTube yet? Or it's almost there?
I actually don't know at all. I don't know where it's at.
Well,
I think it was 70 or something.
78 million.
Oh, it's really? Okay, so
the other day,
it's creeping up. I know it's right at 30 million on Spotify,
wow.
I think. Obviously the set starts off we come out swinging with some heavy tracks, but like I said, No Masters goes over really well because it's basically like an arena metal song. It's just real mid-tempo, and then Hear Me Now has been going over really, really great. I think the song is very easy to listen to, and people kind of pick up the words right away. And also Better the Devil, that's a song that the whole place just starts bouncing.
That one's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that one brings the heat.
Yeah, that one's really fun.
You'll see it tonight. You'll see what's up.
Yeah, I am, and I'm very excited to be shooting you guys too, because I've heard a lot of good things about the tour just in a little bit.
Well, we try and listen. We're all veterans of the music world and touring and performing, and luckily that's one thing we didn't have to teach anyone. Everyone kind of gets what we have to. It's imperative for us to bring an energy and an intensity to the stage, you know, and to set the standard for what the band is going to be, that when they come to see a Bad Wolf show, they're going to get it, you know.
Well, here's another thing also, because obviously none of you guys is new to the music industry, but this band is still relatively new. Doesn't feel like it. It feels like you guys have been around, and I know that the idea has been kind of going around, but it doesn't feel like a debut band. You guys kind of feel like you've been around for a while, so have you kind of gotten over those bumps in the road of, like, getting to know how each other plays?
Well, I think, you know, luckily we got to rehearse pretty intensively before all the touring started, so we got to work out a lot of kinks beforehand, but there's a certain amount of chemistry you can only develop by playing live shows. And these songs are not easy to play, and so you can sit there in a rehearsal room and play it just standing there and kind of get it right. But it's one thing to do it when you're rocking out and you're swinging your guitar around and you're jumping up and down. So figuring all of that stuff, and then, you know, and actually, you know, you can play something, but there's difference between playing it and performing it. Yeah. Performing it, you're throwing a little extra kind of grease on the ball, so that there's a little more excitement. And I think that stuff you have to develop with time, and you have to get comfortable that the songs almost become second nature. And that just, you know, that's what's going to come when you're on the road for a year. You're not going to do that in a month. But every day, you know, it's like these small incremental things that even me, like, I'm like, all right, I messed up this little thing yesterday, so I got to work on that. I messed up this thing, you know, and 9 times out of 10, the audience rarely hears a lot of that stuff. I'm sure sometimes they do. But it's a matter of, it's very nip-tuck, you know, like you're kind of, you know, making a sculpture. You're just getting a little bit, chipping a little bit off, and hopefully, as the band develops, I think, you know, we'll put out another record, we have a little more songs, it's all going to keep moving forward, because we want to be great, you know. We want to be like the best bands out there.
And, I mean, you guys kind of have that in, because this is Zoltan of Five Finger Death Punch as your manager, so you guys are going out later this summer on tour with them, with Breaking Benjamin. So, logistically, that's a much bigger tour. So how do you guys have to, like, approach that?
Well, we just came off the tour with them in Shinedown, so we're pretty much, we know the kind of the way that show works. I mean, the venues are slightly different, because we're doing amphitheaters as opposed to arenas. But I imagine it's going to be very similar to that. And honestly, you know, after like 1 or 2 shows, we felt really comfortable in that environment. And we were lucky where we were playing like 80-85% capacity of the venue. Like, people were showing up early. And I imagine even more so on this next tour, because it's a summer tour, and because it's like, you imagine people are going to be tailgating and they're going to be taking the day off, and it's going to be, you know, even more of an event, because we're also hitting more major cities as well. And I know the ticket sales are just insanely good. So you know, honestly, for us, it's just, we just know how lucky we are to have that opportunity, because there are a million bands who would kill. Literally kills. They're like, who needs to go? Grandma needs to go? Baby, who I need to do? Who needs to take out? Right. Like, bands would literally kill to have the opportunity, because that type of exposure, when we saw it, when we were, you know, when we started the tour with Shinedown, the song Zombie it was like number 30 and went right back up to like 12 on iTunes. Like, that's the impact of being able to play in front of 10,000 people. That's just, you're getting so much exposure, and because we're getting radio play, and because Five Finger has kind of put us out there, they're kind of coming in primed to already want to like the band in a lot of ways. So for us, it's about, you know, when you put on a great live show, especially when people first see you, you can turn people into fans for life. Because there's something about that connective experience when you see a band where it's like, they hear it at home, or they hear it on the radio, and then they get there, and then they put the visual and the intensity, and then it's like, that's what makes a fan, you know? So that's what it's all about. And every day, we have a responsibility to go out there and give 100% to try and get as many people, and hopefully make a fan for life, you know, and get them to come back, you know, not only when we play with Five Finger, but on our own shows, you know.
Nice. So it's been a lot of touring. So do you guys get a chance to kind of, like, for today, for example, did you get a chance to kind of go and explore Portland a little bit?
Well, it's funny. I haven't been able to explore almost anywhere, but today I made it, I made it a priority, because we went over to the radio station beforehand. So it just looked like, there's like cool stuff. So I just started walking around, and I'm always trying to find like a coffee shop or, you know, donut shop. Don't tell anyone. And I found both. So I walked around a little bit, saw the little market over there. And then I went and got a lobster roll, because I was told I should have a lobster roll whenever they made it.
Have you not had one before?
Not here.
like the New England rite of passage.
No, I know. I had one. They're expensive, though. They're.
I don't eat lobsters, so I wouldn't.
I'm like, it should be like the lobsters are here. They should be the cheapest here, okay?
Well, it's because they're the best.
No, that's what it is. They're just like, these tourists come here, we're going to mark it up. We know they'll pay anything for it. It's like crack.
Yeah, true. What about the New England clam chowder? Not chowder.
Say that again?
Clam chowder.
Chowder. Awesome.
Yeah.
Not really. Do I like clam? I like kind of like, what is it, like lobster bisque or crab rangoon or something. I don't know.
So listen, when you come back in the summer with Five Finger Death Punch, Breaking Benjamin, you're going to have to get yourself some clam chowder.
Listen, I still have there's a lot of day in front of me, true. But it's a lot of heavy. It's like breads and creams and all, I'm getting pudgy out here, all right? It's not fun.
I don't blame you. There was a little salad place I found earlier that was pretty cute.
See, that's why you're in shape and I'm over here.
I'm really not. I just look like it.
I'm just getting beefed up out here.
You just gotta know how to hide the areas that don't look good, and then that's it.
I can't hide. I need to go to the gym when I get done.
Gotta learn how to contour with makeup too.
Contour. Okay, see, I got no makeup. Yeah. I'm not covering. I'm just failing all the aspects.
So you guys, I'm assuming, then don't put bronzer when you're on stage.
No, I do have a thing. I do have something, a concealer. If I have a pimple or something, I want to do something, but I don't wear it regularly. Maybe I should start doing that.
No guy liner.
Nope. Look, I'm too. Not for nothing. I'm a little too rough around the edges.
Your skin is nice too. You don't.
It just wouldn't work.
All right. Do you have anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
What else? I have a podcast. You should check out. It's called The X-Men. EX-Men, and I interview a lot of ex-members of bands. You interviewed
Chris Coyle recently, right?
I had Chris Coyle on the show. I have an upcoming episode with Zach Myers from Shinedown. I've had Rob Flynn from Machine Head, and I really enjoy doing that. That's a lot of fun. So if you want to kind of know, because there's the band, but I'm kind of I have my own little.
So if you want to know Doc Coyle himself, aside from Bad Wolves,
I just see I talk a lot. I'm really annoying. So if you want to hear me be annoying, just go on my show or follow me on Instagram or Twitter @DocCoyle. Find me. That's it. And check out Disobey. Come out to the summer tour. Or if you're listening to this and you haven't come out to any of the shows on the What's in Your Head tour, check out the dates and we hope to see you soon.
All right. Thanks for joining me, Doc.
Of course.
This has been Karen with Concert Crap, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for listening.